Hi, let's take a look at free will. Do we actually have free will? I would say yes or no. To get the fast answer out, yes, free will. You can go, I can do a video, right? I can, you can, if someone in non-duality says, you have no free will, you're no one. And I go, okay, if I have no free will, how can I do this? And I do a dance, right? Well, you have free will in that. But you don't have free will in what appears. You cannot choose what is happening. You can choose your action in that moment. You can choose to do a different movement. You can choose to be more responsible. And by being more responsible, you pay more attention to things around you. Because if you are not responsible of something, then it's the other's problem. Then you lose out on so much doing, or on so many opportunities. But when it comes to moment, you have no control over it. You have no free will in it. You are being moved every moment to a new one, to a new moment. Every second, you're being pushed into another one. And if you take yourself as someone who can have control over things which happen around right now, then you're in suffering. Example, you can go back to the past. If you feel like you have control over the past or over what you could have done, you will replay it. You will think about it. Or maybe when something really bad happens, you go, I could have done it differently. I should have done it differently. How could I? How could they? As if you have control, as if you have free will over that. You don't. You have none, absolutely none. So you should accept the consequences which happen with your actions when it comes to reaping them. Because you always reap what you sow. And mainly when you wake up. When you wake up, you reap what you sow even in your past lives. Even 1,000 years ago, what you've planted, you are now reaping. Because it goes very deep. Things that come up. But regardless of that, you have no free will or control. You have your individuality in which you have free will and control. You can make the best of this life. This life, I mean you as an individual. You can affect others. You can affect many things. And even if you do the smallest movements and smallest actions, they can have big impacts. You have control over that. You have free will in that. But in what comes in the next moment and what happened, you have now no control. So then give up the belief of it. It's pointless. It's as if a child is daydreaming. You can choose to stop. You can choose to keep playing. You have control and free will in that. But it's never the reality. When you say, oh, I should have, or I could have, it should have been different. Why did this happen? Why even let your mind go there? In some cases, you might gain something from it, but 99% is just garbage. When you notice your mind going into those thoughts, notice that you have control over feeding it, believing it, or using your energy better, enjoying what is. No matter what happened, you are always forgiven in the moment. You might not be forgiven by people. You might not be forgiven even by yourself. Your mind might be like, oh, you're such a piece of shit. But if you drop all of those, this moment, you are. If you wouldn't be, then you wouldn't be allowed to be here. You are meant to be now. You are being blessed in this moment, no matter what your past was. And the best most efficient moving forward is giving up on the past. And the best next thing, which is in your control, is giving up on the future. And then do what comes up. Be without being anything specific. Just be what needs to be. Do what needs to be done. Do what feels right. Not out of selfish ways. Do what is best for everyone else. And you see that it fulfills you. It is what's in your capacity. It is literally what fulfills you is doing things which benefit everyone else. Because you are everyone else too. Then you can play this game of individuality without being bound by the past. Because anyway, there's nothing for you to do about it. Now in this moment, maybe there might be pains which are from the past. Why are they there? Because the past was never given up and allowed to flow out through you. And otherwise, because there is future. There's things to plan ahead. There's things to think about. There's things to project yourself into. There's a goal to achieve. Have it like 10%. This is where I want to go. Okay, go there. But don't be there. Just go towards it without being there mentally. You're just losing energy in trying to control what's going to happen in the future. Use that energy in going to the future which you want. Use that energy to go towards the goal which you want. But give it up in the mind in terms of, I really need to get there, otherwise, bad. You have no control over that. Just walk. And with trust, you can believe that the reality itself has control over it. And out of your energy not being used up on nonsense and thoughts about worrying, or you understand, then this energy will manifest into whatever you'd like. It will manifest into a moment towards which you're walking to. That's it. But you have no control, no free will. You're being moved anyway. Even if you sit here with your eyes closed, it's not in your free will. That life will not make you move or do something with you. So in short, more energy on what you can actually control and what is in your free will. And enjoy that fully. And no energy to what you cannot control and what is not in your free will. Just illusions. Good.